Good morning, it's your boy. Good morning, it's your boy RJ from Traverse Outdoors, and today we are doing the Fool's Traverse. Oh God, where do I start? If you're not familiar, it is a hiking challenge that covers anywhere between a full marathon, 26 miles, and 30 miles, and about 12,000 feet of vertical gain. Well, up to. That is a wonderful endeavor. The challenge takes place in the Mt Baldy area, covering all 11 peaks in 2 different wilderness areas, the Angeles National Forest and the Cucamonga Wilderness. It starts at your choice between Icehouse Canyon and Mankert Flat. In my case, it shoots up to Baldy, followed by West Baldy, Mount Harwood, and then it comes down to the notch, eventually coming up the 3 T's trail to Thunder, Telegraph, and Timber, before descending to Icehouse Saddle. After that, we'll have to hit Etiwanda Peak before turning around and reaching Cucamonga Peak, at which point we'll need to descend back to Cucamonga Saddle and shoot for Bighorn and Ontario Peak. And finally, we'll have to leave all the trail networks out here and get to Sugarloaf Peak via Falling Rock Canyon. This is a monster of a challenge, and I don't know if I'm ready for it, but we're gonna do our best. This one's all about taking it slow and steady. In addition to the normal route, which is on trail, I was unable to set up a shuttle because I'm solo, which means I have to walk this road up to the Mankert Flat trailhead. I think it includes 2 miles and like 1,200 feet. So I've got to do that before I can even start my hike. All right, let's get this done. This place is a goddamn zoo. We've made it to the Mankert Flat trailhead after climbing 1,100 feet in 2.5 miles. And now we can begin our hike. We just left the Mt Baldy Road, which is a fire road that goes up toward the notch, and joined up with the Ski Hut Trail, otherwise known as the Baldy Bull Trail. But whatever, tomatoes, potatoes. Let's keep it moving. Just made it past the Ski Hut, which is a little green Monopoly building behind me over there on the other hillside, and we're making good time. It is 9:10 in the morning. We've traveled 5.75 miles and we've climbed 3,700 feet of gain roughly. This is where the trail gets, I guess it stays as steep as it's been, but it does get really braided here. There are a lot of people coming downhill, can't seem to find the trail. They lose it amongst the switchbacks and they kind of just go whichever way they please because it's mostly sandy. That's been going on for the last 10 or so years, which makes the trail hard to find. That's how people end up braiding the trail and creating a network of trails. It looks like shit on Caltopo. Anyway, just keep your wits about you, focus on the path, and you'll get there when you do. I'm not really sure why I'm making this a guide style right now. All you guys are gonna see today is me slowly collapsing until I'm at death's door, begging to reach the car. It's gonna be a long goddamn day. Oh man, we are about to make it up to Baldy Summit. That post right there is one of the first markers that you've reached the peak. Whew, I've been pushing, I'm not gonna lie. From Icehouse Canyon, where the truck is, we've climbed 4,900 feet in 6.7 miles, and we've done it in under 3 hours, 2 hours and 47 minutes. So I'm faster than I thought. Shit, that's a pretty good time. Not to say like I was racing or anything. I know this is an endurance effort and I gotta really like take my time, but that's a good push. We're about to get to peak number 1 and really start off the day. Peak number 1, Mt Baldy. A little crowded, a lot of fun. Just reached peak number 2 on the 11 peak traverse of West Baldy, which is, you guessed it, west of Mt Baldy. Now we got to turn back the way we came and head back to Baldy to hit Harwood and the remainder of the route, which comes across the 3 T's, Cucamonga, Etiwanda, eventually Ontario Peak. Let's get it. Totally got distracted thinking about getting a beer at the notch. Forgot I was going up Harwood. So I gotta backtrack a little bit, hit the ridge line. Whoops. So you can see right from the trail, you just hit the ridge and some quick switchbacks up to the next peak, which is Harwood, right over here. It's a short climb, just like West Baldy was. These first three are kind of one right after the other. I've run into quite a few people that I know, friends of Traverse and friends of my own, subscribers to the channel. Really grateful for all that. It's been really inspiring and motivating to see all these people cheer me on. Let's see if it's enough to get me through this massive endeavor. Passing along Mount Harwood from Mount Baldy, back over there, peak number 3, heading down Harwood back to the main trail, to the Devil's Backbone Trail, where we'll catch that back to the notch. Just a little youth trail right here, easy to find. Just reached the notch. I'm gonna refill water, maybe grab a beer, and then move on. Water filling station. Only available when the notch is open. It would not be a fool's traverse without an ice cold beer. This is a tropical IPA, I don't remember the name, from Mt Baldy Brewing down the hill. Pretty exciting stuff. Cheers. Oh, this is gonna hurt later. Delicious. We are leaving the Top of the Notch restaurant where we just took a short break to fill our belly with protein. And when I say protein, I mean a nice cold beer. I feel good now, and I will definitely drag ass later for doing that. But you know what? Sometimes you just gotta live in the moment. You know what I'm saying? Take advantage of opportunities when they come, and you know, just be present. So, all right, let's get to Thunder Peak. We've climbed 5,400 feet roughly in 4 hours and 20 minutes, and we've traveled 10.95 miles. We got a long way to go. From the notch, head east and follow a fire road that goes through some tent canopies and pines. And the fire road literally goes all the way up to Thunder Peak, which is the next peak on the roster. It's probably the least significant, probably the least sexy peak of the Fool's Traverse, because there's a ski lift at the top and it's just a fire road all across it. But you know, it's part of the route, and that makes it sexy in its own right. I don't know why I'm using the word sexy to describe a peak, but maybe it's because I had a beer. Anyway, onward. All right, peak number 4, Thunder Peak. Let's keep it moving. We are tagging Telegraph Peak. This is number 5 for the day after hitting the notch. Now we've got to head down to Timber, which is the next one over, the small one right here. Beyond that, we'll hit the saddle, and eventually the real hard climb is going to be heading up to Cucamonga, Etiwanda. That is gonna suck. Getting over to Etiwanda feels like an eternity. Coming back from there to get Cucamonga is just a lot of work. And yeah, it never ends. I don't know why I'm talking about it like there's one hard part. It just continues to stay difficult for the rest of the day. Ooh, darling. We have made it to Timber. Pretty beat. It's definitely started to catch up to me. We are at mile 16.59 after climbing around 7,600 feet and being on the trail for 6 hours and 39 minutes. We're definitely more than halfway done. That's good, but it does not get easier. We've got to get to Cucamonga and Etiwanda, which is going to be exhausting. That's going to take a long time. It's going to slow me down a lot because it's a steep, never-ending switchback trail, followed by a long bout of rolling hills to Etiwanda. Both of those are gonna hurt. I'm kind of mentally preparing for that by talking about it. I'm gonna stop here, probably replace some water in my bladder, and then maybe eat a snack, and then we'll keep moving. Otherwise, we're doing okay. I think we're actually ahead of schedule, which I did not expect. We'll see what the rest of this goes like, because I have a feeling I'm gonna slow down quite a bit from here on out after the saddle. We just left Ice House Saddle. The infamous Cucamonga Peak, as well as the more remote Etiwanda, are quite a ways ahead. I'm running on about 2.5 liters of water, so I don't know what that means. I don't know how much it's gonna take to get to these 2 peaks. I'm hoping that I'll get through a liter so I can come back down and nab Bighorn, Ontario Sugarloaf with 1 more, but it's running kind of tight, I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, we got this big, massive climb ahead of us. I'm trying to prepare myself mentally for it, but there's a chance that once I hit Cucamonga, I'm gonna get get back to Cucamonga Saddle. I don't want it to happen, but that's usually where people quit, either at Ice House back there or after they nab 2 more. We have just reached Cucamonga Saddle behind me here. We will be returning here eventually because this is an out and back section along the full traverse. So we will come back here and ascend Bighorn via the ridge behind me. We've reached the junction for Cucamonga Peak and Etiwanda Peak. The trail we came from is down this way. We're gonna bypass Cucamonga for now, hit that on the way back from Etiwanda. We're still committed to the plan as of now anyway. We're gonna see if we can get this one done. It'll feel endless, but we'll get there eventually. On the way back, we gotta climb back to Cucamonga. On a ridge, we'll kind of take a use trail that bypasses a lot of the route we're gonna take right now, straight to the peak. Okay, we've got good eyes on Etiwanda Peak from just east of Cucamonga Peak. We've got to get to the far peak in the back there. A bunch of pseudo peaks on the way up. Definitely be a bad idea to start turning up the ridge too early. Stay on the path till you're real close. So we're at the junction for Etiwanda Peak, which is off the Cucamonga Peak trail. It's literally just a pile of rocks that separates the main trail with this use trail that goes up to the peak. We just made it to Etiwanda Peak. Holy hell. Whew, what a long and arduous day. Oh man, it's mile 20.5. We've been climbing for 9,300 feet roughly, and we've been on the trail for 8 hours and 33 minutes. Great numbers, we're doing good, but I'm definitely starting to get gassed. Not gonna lie, I expected this to happen much sooner, so this isn't a terrible place to be. The weather is great, we've got a good cloud cover. Water, I'm doing okay on. We'll probably run out before I reach Sugarloaf, if not Ontario. I don't think that's the biggest issue to have. I've been hydrating okay. I have enough water to stay hydrated, so it shouldn't be too big a deal. If anything, it's helping me be a little bit more efficient. Besides that, this is actually going pretty smoothly. It's just gonna get more and more daunting, and I think I'm mentally prepared for that. I just gotta keep pushing. The bummer is I totally wanna quit. I got enough training in for the week. I've done this route before. Like, I'd rather just get back to the car and go home and eat, but I need to finish, man. I'm trying to keep that mentality out of my head because I know I can do it, you know? And I've committed to it. I'm committed to it. RJ. We're following the use trail from Etiwanda Peak. Right when the trail turns back north, I stuck to the ridge line, and there's a use trail that's actually pretty well established at this point. And this will take us directly to Cucamonga Peak versus going all the way back on the Cucamonga Peak trail, which kind of takes us a little bit too far north. Oh yay, another sign on the peak. Yay, love those. We've reached the top of Cucamonga Peak at mile, 21.5, 9,800 feet of up, and 9 hours and 14 minutes. We just need to continue back down the Cucamonga Peak trail to Bighorn and then Ontario. We're getting close. I feel good again, I guess. I don't know if this is my second wind or not. This descent's gonna be a lot easier than everything I just did. All right, so we made it to Bighorn Peak. That climb was a doozy for sure, super steep. I had a lot of trouble managing my breathing. It actually felt like being in the Sierra, but I'm not. I can handle this. We're at 84.38 right now. Fortunately, we don't have to worry about that. Up to Ontario Peak, there's only a couple steep sections toward the end. It's mostly like switchbacks and a really well-graded path. I guess we're finishing because it's 5 o'clock. Been on the trail for 10 hours, 23.5 miles and roughly 10,500 feet. There's no turning back now. Okay. Made it up to Ontario Peak, and I could prove it because there's 17 signs here. Look at these views. Holy hell, the San Gabriel Mountain range. Peak beauty right here. The breathing difficulties never really went away. It just feels like I feel a little claustrophobic, smaller breaths, but it's fine. I had some stomach pain come on. I think it's just because I wasn't keeping up with my eating. The good news is none of it is like debilitating, and it's not slowing me down at all. It's just uncomfortable is all it is. And now all I gotta do is descend, with the exception of Sugarloaf, which is a good hour away. I feel like I'm in a good place. We have very likely completed the full traverse. I mean, we'll see, but I really doubt I'm gonna bail on the last peak, even if I run out of water, especially with this beautiful, cool weather. Looks like I'm gonna beat my deadline by about 30 minutes. It's 6:13 right now. I think I could get down by 8:30. My estimate was 9 p.m. when I started. If I get there by 9, that's fine too. It'll still be, there'll probably still be a little light outside. I did bring a headlamp. I'd love to sit here and enjoy the views, but I gotta get the hell out of here. I've got so much work to do and one more peak. I think I'm gonna call it here as far as the shooting goes though. This is the full traverse. If you wanna watch a video on Falling Rock Canyon, I got a separate video for that. I'll put a link in the corner here. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, share the video, and all that good stuff so that we can help build the channel, and happy hiking. All right, we are closing in on Sugarloaf. It's the left side of this ridge line over here. We just need to get to this saddle, Sugarloaf saddle, climb to the Pseudo Peak, and then shoot over on the ridge, which is a pretty well-maintained use trail. Just for the sake of evidence, this is Sugarloaf Peak. Happy hiking. I'm out.